70-year-old granny crashes the corporate world to land an interview. She first buys a coffee she doesn't even like, then grabs a handful of sugar packets on purpose. Next she heads to a law firm. When it's time to swipe the access card, she pretends her hands are too full, successfully tricking a lady nearby into swiping her in. Once in the elevator, she shoots the breeze with the lady who helped her like it's no big deal. Seeing the woman has no suspicions, the granny subtly gets her to help again. After making it to the 21st floor successfully, she pulls out her phone and pretends to make a call, using the excuse of not having free hands to trick the receptionist into opening the door for her again. After reaching the destination successfully, the granny tosses the coffee in her hand, takes out a pre-drawn map, manages to find the conference room. Then she blends into the crowd, successfully meeting the big shots of the law firm. These elites are discussing a high-profile damage case. Since they don't know the final offer from the other company, they estimate the compensation to be around $19 million. Just then the granny speaks up, grabbing everyone's attention. The people present are all surprised. Maddie introduces herself first. Then she says she knows the other company's compensation offer is $23 million. Considering she directly earned the firm $4 million, she hopes to get a job there. This statement leaves everyone stunned. The person in charge is curious how Maddie knew the compensation amount. Maddie explains the reason. It turns out she had prepared beforehand, knowing that the opposing lawyer would go buy coffee between 8:15 and 8:25 in the morning, and would chat about the case on the phone with colleagues without a care, which gave Maddie the chance to overhear the amount. But even so, some people wonder why Maddie went to such lengths to get into the firm. Unexpectedly, this is what Maddie says.
Why do you want to work at my firm?
I did what was right all my life, and now I need to make it rain. So point me to a case and put me to work.
Just like that, Maddie gets hired and is assigned to Olympia's team. But no matter her age, she still has to start as a gopher. And the team members don't expect Maddie to do much at all. They just hope she doesn't cause trouble for the team. Next, Maddie learns about a case the team is working on. Raymond Harry, a black man, was sentenced to 26 years in prison for multiple murders and rapes. But a recent DNA evidence has cleared his name, and the law firm is striving to get him the compensation he deserves, because Raymond showed a tendency to plead guilty when he was arrested. So after negotiation between Olympia and the other side, the compensation is set at $241,280. This instantly angers Raymond and his daughter. They absolutely won't agree to such a simple settlement, but the trial date is approaching. It's not easy to find new evidence in the fastest time. Just then, the daughter Jordan looks at Maddie.
What do you think? Go on. If you have an opinion, give it.
Their offer's insulting. Go to trial.
Maddie thought a random comment would anger Olympia, but surprisingly, Olympia agrees with her. So next, the whole team needs to find new evidence as quickly as possible. Olympia prepares to simulate a jury to rehearse Raymond's reaction in advance, and the Gopher trio goes to meet a sex worker named Shireen, because previous investigation found that there was a survivor in Raymond's case who stayed alive, but has never been found. And this woman Shireen has a sketch of the survivor in her hand, but because of her odd temper, she refuses to give the sketch to the police. When Maddie, who is of similar age, meets Shireen, she lies that she's a poor woman abandoned by her husband, perhaps because of their shared plight. Shireen really likes Maddie's frankness. She takes out the sketch of the victim, although the painting is very abstract. As long as this woman is found, she can testify in court to reverse Raymond's case. Finally, with Shireen's help, Maddie successfully finds a man related to the surviving victim. The Gopher trio quickly goes to the prison again, to meet this man named Vincent DeLuca, to get the man to say who the surviving woman is as soon as possible. Maddie plays the role of an acquaintance again. She lies that she's good friends with the man's mother, and came to visit him this time.
I just never thought you wouldn't recognize me.
No, it just took a second. I recognize you. I was just kidding around.
Thank God.
Successfully getting close and making the man let down his guard. Finally, through communication with the man, they confirm that the survivor back then is a woman named Karen. The trio immediately finds this woman, because this woman's identity was a prostitute back then, and now she has long left her previous life behind. Now Karen has a happy and fulfilling family. So after learning the reason for Maddie's visit, she isn't willing to testify in court, because Karen doesn't want people to know about her pitiful past.
We can subpoena you.
No, you don't understand. That will destroy my family. Please.
We can't actually subpoena you.
Maddie's honest words stun the other two. Isn't this messing up Raymond's case? After returning to the law firm, she is scolded by Olympia. However, Maddie thinks she did nothing wrong, although she is left speechless by Olympia's scolding. The next morning, Maddie comes to see Karen again. She emotionally tells the story of her daughter. It turns out that Maddie's daughter after a long struggle with drugs. Every day she lives in the pain of losing her daughter. But seeing that Karen was able to leave the dark life and start over, she thinks of what she should do for her daughter.
But this is about Raymond Harris and his family. And they've been destroyed.
Karen is moved by these words. She tells the whole story of what happened back then, and reveals that when she was hurt, she was seen by the owner of a Greek restaurant. Getting this important clue, Maddie immediately goes to look for the restaurant owner from back then. While Olympia is arguing with the opposing lawyer in court, Maddie brings an important piece of evidence. That is the recording of the restaurant owner calling the police at the crime scene. This recording documents the scene at that time, but it was buried for 26 years before being dug up. Olympia asks a question to the detective who handled the case back then.
What is the most believable scenario for why this call was not logged in your precinct?
Someone got rid of the record.
Raymond is completely cleared of all charges. Finally, he gets the compensation he deserves.
$20 million.
Raymond and his daughter hug each other with relief, and Maddie gains Olympia's trust again, formally becoming a member of the law firm. After work, Maddie gets on a bus under the gaze of her colleagues, but she only rides one stop before getting off, turns around and goes to a luxury car, puts on her beloved diamond ring, then comes to a luxurious villa. It turns out that Maddie's identity is not so simple. The reason she went to such lengths to get into the law firm is because she knows that someone in the law firm is related to her daughter's death. She entered the law firm to investigate the killer, and after finding out who killed her daughter, she will send that person to prison.
I'm gonna put them in jail.